Today has been Nketiah meltdown day. Yeah, people have been melting down over the potential stay of Nketiah. We'll be talking about that. I'll say this as early as this. Nketiah will definitely leave Arsenal. Like, if he doesn't leave Arsenal by September 1st, you can come to the comments and, confront me about anything to do with Nketiah. I am 100% sure he's going to leave Arsenal by the end of the transfer window. No one said he's going to stay at Arsenal because he's not going to go to Marseille, but we're going to talk about that one. Let me know what you make about everything that has been going on in terms of that. Also, latest on Coman. Could Coman be the guy to back up Saka next season, this coming season? People have been complaining a lot about us not getting a backup for Saka with the season just less than a week away. Aaron Ramsdale has finally gotten a team and a couple of other pieces of news. So let's start with Nketiah, because that's the one people have been talking about today. This is what was reported earlier today by Fabrizio Romano. Olympique Marseille did not want to match Arsenal's 30 million euro package. Arsenal were asking for Nketiah, and they've already moved for another striker, the lone striker that we played against last season. They already moved for him. I think it's like 25 million plus something they're going to buy him. So Nketiah is not going to go to Marseille. Now, the last two videos that I've talked about Nketiah, I have said this. Even if he doesn't go to Marseille, you can check those videos. I said, even if he doesn't go to Marseille, Marseille is not the only team that is going to want Nketiah. I've had a couple of debates with people on Twitter and stuff, and people are saying, if Marseille are not going to sign him, Nketiah is an average striker. There's no other team that's going to come in for him. I 100% completely disagree. So far, this transfer window, it's not only Marseille that have been linked to Nketiah. We've had like 5 teams that have been linked to Nketiah already. Now, before Marseille was even, in this picture, there was like 4 or 5 Premier League teams that have been interested in Nketiah. We were told about Wolves before, Crystal Palace were interested before, Leicester was mentioned before by Ben Jacobs. A couple of other teams were mentioned in Fulham as well. The first team that was linked to Nketiah was Fulham before they got Smith Rowe. So teams have been interested in Nketiah. Now, the fact that they're not going to pay the money is a different case. Now, for me, I still believe we are going to get something close to 30 million. And I don't agree with people saying, no, just sell him for 15 million, just sell him for 16 million. We can't be doing that. Doesn't matter how average or how bad of a striker we Arsenal fans think Nketiah is. Those teams have been linked to him, which means they want him in their team. Marseille wanted him in their team, be it they didn't think he's 30 million. Other teams will want him in their team. We can't just throw away a player like that. We have, how many players do we have at Arsenal that we can sell? Not many. The players that we can get 100 million for, we can't sell. We can't sell Odegaard, we can sell Saka, we can sell Saliba. So the 4 or 5 that we have that we can sell, I don't even include the likes of Partey and Jorginho on that list. They're over 30. Even if you decided to sell them right now, how much money are really going to get for them? So the only players that we can get, especially for pure profit, are Smith Rowe, Nelson, and Nketiah. We cannot just start saying, throw away Nketiah, throw away Nelson, give them away for 5 million each, and then we get 10 million for 2 players. No, I know they offer 23 million, but that is not the value that Arsenal had for him. Arsenal wants 30 million euros plus whatever else, but whichever else bonuses that they want. That is what we need to stick to. We can't just say, okay, fine, no one else wants Nketiah, we're just going to sell him because Arsenal fans don't like him, let's just sell him. Okay, Arsenal fans don't like Zinchenko, let's just give him away for 5 million. Or Arsenal fans don't think Partey is good enough, let's just sell him for 5 million. We cannot do that. Do I think Nketiah is worth 30 million euros? I do. Whatever else they're including in the deal, I don't know. Now, it doesn't matter how average people think he is. Doesn't matter at all. Like, I've seen strikers who've played, half a season in the Premier League, even players like Duran at Aston Villa. How many games has he played for Aston Villa? How many goals has he scored? Aston Villa talking about 40, 50 million. Omorodion at Atletico Madrid, never seen him playing for Atletico Madrid. He was about to go to Chelsea for 35, 40 million. Nketiah has done something in the Premier League. It has not been enough for us, correct? But he has done something in the Premier League. He has scored goals in the Premier League. He's been in the Premier League for a lot of years. He's had consecutive games, he has scored goals, he scored a hat-trick, he scored braces, he scored in big matches. He has done something. It's not been enough for us, correct? Is it going to be the answer for us to go to the next level? Definitely not. But in terms of us selling him, we have to stick to what we want in terms of pricing. The moment you badge just like that, like, okay, we're not going to get 30 million, let's just give away 25 million. we are not going to get the respect in the market that we want. We've always talked about Arsenal being bullied in the transfer market. We let players go out on a cheap. A lot of those players, the Van Persies, the Adebayos, all those players that we've sold over the years, we let go of Sanchez and Ozil on a free. And then, when we buy players, we have to pay a lot of money for them and all that. Players like Nicolas Pepe and that. We cannot just get bullied in the transfer market because we are desperate to get rid of Nketiah. Teams will come in for him. So for the people who are saying teams are not going to want Nketiah, it's average, it's only Marcel 20 team, whatever, I don't agree with that. I did say there's a lot of teams in Europe. There's a lot of teams in Spain. There's a lot of teams in Netherlands. There's a lot of teams in France. There's a lot of teams in Germany. There's a lot of teams in England. There's a lot of teams in Italy. Teams will be interested in him. I'd not be surprised right now if I had Atalanta wanted Nketiah. Tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if I hear, Sassuolo wanting Nketiah, or, a Getafe wanting Nketiah to replace Greenwood there, or Girona have just sold their striker to Roma. They want Nketiah. And actually, the last 30 minutes before I recorded this came out. Bournemouth are being linked to, I think, Evan Nilsson, but this has been reported the last 30 minutes. Bournemouth are strongly interested in signing Nketiah as a replacement for Dominic Solanke. Now, they might end up getting another player. I'm not saying he's definitely going to go to Bournemouth. What I'm saying, we have to get as much money as we can for this deal, because we don't have too many players that we can sell for pure profit. The players that we can sell, we don't want them to go anywhere right now. They're part of the project. There's only like 3-4 players that we can sell. I've already sold one of them, which is Smith Rowe. Right now, which other players do we have that we can sell? Nelson, Nketiah. If some of you would argue Fabio Vieira, that's not really pure profit. If you sold Fabio Vieira today, it would be a loss because you bought him for 42 million. So in terms of profit, there's not too many players that we can sell. You can even have Nelson on that list, but how many teams have actually put the money on the table for Nelson? Not yet. No team has put the money on the table for Ramsdale. Not yet. So for Nketiah, there's money there. And I'm sure teams will come in for him. Teams will get desperate. The moment you get into the middle of August and end of August, teams will sell their strikers and they'll be looking around. They'll be like, okay, Nketiah is available. Let's try and get him. Let's try and convince him. Even if we eventually don't get that 30 million and you have to settle for 28 million and would have gotten 23 million 3 weeks before, that is fine. That extra 2 million, 3 million, I don't know how it's going to help the team. It's definitely going to help the team. So for me, I'm not in a rush to sell him today before the season starts. I know he's not going to play for Arsenal this coming weekend. He didn't play in the last friendly that he played in the Emirates Cup. That definitely showed me that he's going to leave. Like, there's no chance of him staying. Even for his career, he knows there's no need of him staying at Arsenal because he's not going to play at all. So for me, I'm not worried at all. Teams are going to come in for him. However much Arsenal fans think he's an average player, that is fine. He's not the answer for Arsenal. That is correct. Do I want him to leave as well? Yes, I want him to leave. But do I want him to leave for 18, 17 million? No, even 23 million, that's less. I don't know what else was there included in the deal or whatever. Or I think they didn't want a sell-on clause and Arsenal wanted a sell-on clause. You cannot just throw away a player like that. Something has to be included there. If he gets sold in the future, we can get some money for him. So let's wait and see what happens with that Nketiah. But for me, no, let's wait for anywhere close to 30 million, not 23 million plus no sell-on clause, but plus no bonuses and no add-ons. I think that is what the deal was. I don't think they're including any add-ons, or they didn't want a sell-on clause and stuff. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. We are going to get teams that are going to want him. So as I said, if he's not sold by September 1st, then you can come to the comments and tell me, Glenn, you don't know anything about football, and you can confront me about it. I am sure Nketiah is going to leave Arsenal. So next up, let's go to the players that are going to join Arsenal. I had to get that rant out for Nketiah because there's been a lot of meltdown today on him.